Hey everyone, welcome to week 1 of Wilderness Escape VBS. So let's take a look at your week 1 bag in your packet. So in there is going to be your mail from Moses, and this is just a devotional activity that you can do on your own. It won't be covered in the videos, but just something that you can do on your own. The other thing in the bag will be your God sighting footprints, and Pastor Jerry will tell you about these in his video. And then the last thing in your bag is your ladybug critter, and you will also use this with Pastor Jerry as well. So that's what you have in your week 1 bag. And then I will introduce us to this week's Bible point, which is God is with us, so trust God. And we have some actions for the Bible point. So it's God is with us, so trust, like you're pulling God. Let's do it one more time. God is with us, so trust God. And our Bible verse for this week is, God answered, I will be with you. And that's from Exodus 3, verse 12. And we have some actions for these as well. And it is, God answered, I will be with you. I'll do it one more time. God answered, I will be with you. And that's from Exodus. And our Bible memory buddy for this week is Mo the Mouse. And mice are kind of timid, and they can be afraid of cats and animals and even people. And Mo just will remind us that of our Bible verse, that God answered, I will be with you. All right, so that is everything. So remember, God is with us, so trust God and have fun.
Hello, I'm Moses. I'm going to be leading you through the Wilderness Escape Bible story this week. Just like God used me to lead the Israelites through the wilderness. I'm glad you came to join us, Israelites. I can't see you. Are you Egyptians? Is this thing Egyptian? You know, we left in such a hurry from Egypt, it's hard to know who went where. But you've come at the right time. This is history in the making. The Israelites have been held captive for over 400 years. Such a long time. But that's all over now. God is leading us toward a new promised land. Like I said, we had to move out of Egypt in a hurry. I have a question for you. If you had to move from your home in a hurry, what's one thing you'd make sure to bring with you? I'm going to ask you to pause your video, talk about it as a family, and then come back to us. So your whole family's with you, but what's one thing you'd be sure to bring with you? Thanks for talking about that with your family. You know, it hasn't been real easy for some of the people since we left Egypt. I think some of them have been having a hard time trusting God, which I really don't understand, because God is so amazing. He's been leading us with a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. So whether day or night, God is with us, and He's right there. God is with us, so trust God. I'm glad to meet people like you that also trust God. Come with us on this incredible journey. You know, God didn't take us on the most direct route in the wilderness because other people were in the land already, and He didn't want us to turn back and go to Egypt. What is this? Is this something that in the future is going to be called a light? I'm glad we got the pillar of fire by night to lead us. These are pretty solid. Did you guys get these from Egypt? Did you get a big deal on them? We made a lot of these in Egypt.
Moses, there you are. I stopped to water my camel, and I was afraid I had lost you. It's impossible to know where you are in this desert. Sand as far as the eye can see. Sand everywhere. In my nose, between my toes. Anyway, I'm glad I found you.
Hey, Adassa, I'd like you to meet my new friends. They're in that little black box, they tell me.
No time, Moses. I have important news. We're in big trouble. Well, you've been leading us back and forth all over the place.
God has been leading us?
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, while we've been wandering around in the sand, Pharaoh has changed his mind about letting us go. His army is coming after us. We're in big trouble.
Don't worry, Adassa. God is with us, so trust God.
Moses, didn't you hear me? There's an army coming after us. I think I can even hear the horses. We need to run, Moses. They're getting closer. What are we going to do? There's nowhere to run.
Hadassah, I keep telling you, God is with us, so trust God. We're going to be fine.
I knew we should have stayed in Egypt. Why did you bring us out here to die in the wilderness? Why did you make us leave Egypt?
Hadassah, don't be afraid. Just stand still and let the Lord rescue you. The Lord told me to raise my staff over the sea like this. The Lord has divided the waters. We can walk through the sea on dry ground. Come on, let's go.
Excuse me. I'll just go first if you don't mind. I want to get away from those Egyptians.
Can you believe it? God led us safely right through the middle of the Red Sea. He kept us safe from the Egyptians. No matter how scary or impossible something is, remember that God is with us, so trust God. I have a question for you. When is a time that you've been glad that God was with you? Maybe you moved to a new school, or maybe you were new to Canastota. Maybe you got scared during a storm, or maybe right now during the coronavirus. So amongst your family, when is a time when you've been glad God was with you? Pause your video, talk about it, and then come back to us. We've all had times when we were glad that God was with us. And the great thing is, He's always with us. God is with us, so trust God. Will you pray with me and thank God for being with us? Let's pray. God, thank you for being with us all the time. Thank you for protecting us and being faithful to lead the Israelites through the Red Sea. Thank you for being faithful to us when we're scared, even maybe right now during COVID-19. Lord, thank you that you love us that much, and we love you too. Amen.
Hi friends, welcome to Tribe Time. This is a time during Vacation Bible School in which, together with your family and your siblings, you'll do an activity together which will remind you of today's memory verse, which is from Exodus chapter 3, verse 12, which says, God answered, I will be with you. Now the people of Israel were lost. They're in the wilderness, and there's some uncertainty as to what's going to happen with them. They were wandering around, and God gave them this wonderful word which reminded them that God is always with them. God was with them long ago, and God is still with us today. And so sometimes in life we feel like we're wandering and things don't always go as planned, kind of like Vacation Bible School. We were hoping to have Vacation Bible School in person at the church, but because of the virus and things like that, it doesn't work out this year for us to have it in person at the church with a large group. Instead, you're doing it at home with your family and your siblings, which is really fun and unique. I never had a Vacation Bible School at home, but I sure wish I would have when I was a kid. That would have been a lot of fun. So I hope you're having a good time with Vacation Bible School at home, doing the songs together and hearing the lessons from Moses and enjoying your time together as a family. So during this tribe time, and your tribe is your family, you'll gather together and you'll take out from your activity bag this little critter. It looks like a ladybug. And just like the people of Israel were wandering around in the wilderness and things weren't going as planned, they still remembered that God was with them because God told them. And so if you wind up your little critter and you put it on a hard surface, it will start going all around. It'll turn around. Even there's a time when it kind of flips over and it flips on its back, just like that. That didn't quite work quite right. We'll try it again here. We'll wind it up. There we go. And it'll turn around. I've been using this one quite a bit, so there we go. I think on this table, the tablecloth might be kind of getting in the way of some of it. But if you have a hard surface like a hard floor or a tabletop, and you wind up the ladybug and the little critter goes all around, you'll see how the critter is just kind of wandering. It's turning in circles, and it'll even flip over, and it'll kind of go each and every way. And sometimes in life, that's kind of how things go. Things don't always go as planned, but no matter how things go, the good news for today is that God is always with us. All throughout the Bible, God is constantly reminding His people that He is with them. And we can see how God is with us by the wonderful things in life, by coming together in worship and being reminded that God is with us, by singing together and lifting up God's name, by seeing the wonderful actions out in the community when people are having a tough time and people gather together and care for one another. That's God being with us. If you're having a tough day and you're not feeling so well, maybe somebody says an encouraging word to you. That's a reminder that God is with you. If you're playing a sports activity and you get injured or you fall down and somebody comes and helps you up and cares for you, that's a reminder that God is with you. Maybe you're just having a really kind of a bummer of a day and somebody comes over and gives you a hug. That's a reminder that God is with you. And so as you're going through this week, and maybe you'll have days where you kind of feel like you're kind of wandering like the Israelites did, and then something happens and you're reminded that God is with you, I encourage you to take out from your activity bag this sticker. There's 2 stickers here. They're a set of footprints. And they're going to be a reminder for all of us that God is with us. And so what I encourage you to do is sometime during this week, when you are reminded that God is with you, when somebody does a kind act to you, or when something out in creation reminds you that God is with you, to go ahead and take the sticker and put it on the thing that reminds you that God is with you. Maybe if somebody gives you a hug when you're not feeling well, maybe you can write the word hug on here and then put it on a piece of paper, and your parents can take a picture of it and then put it on the church's Facebook page or email it to Karen, and then we'll share it with everybody. Or perhaps somebody does a good act of kindness for you, and maybe they can put it on their hand like that, and your parent could take a picture of the sticker on their hand, and it'll be a reminder that God is with you. Maybe you're out in creation and there's something beautiful that reminds you that God is with you. You can put it on that thing and take a picture of it, and then put it on the church Facebook page, or put it on, email it to the church, and we'll share with everybody to see how God is with all of us during these days. And so you're encouraged to do that each and every week, and as we do, we'll collect all of these God sightings, and we'll see how God is with us wherever we go. God is always with us. So with that concludes our tribe time for week number 1. And you're encouraged to gather with your family and to participate in this last song together as we lift up our voices in praise to the Lord. It's good to see you, and I hope that you are doing well, and I look forward to seeing you next week during tribe time.
To the Lord, for he is triumph gloriously, the horse and rider thrown into the sea. The Lord my God, my strength, my song, has now become my victory. The Lord my God, my strength, my song, has now become my victory. The Lord is God, and I will praise him. My Father is God, I will exalt him. The Lord is God, praise him. My Father is God, I will exalt him. I will sing unto the Lord, for he is triumph gloriously, the horse and rider thrown into the sea. I will sing unto the Lord, for he is triumph gloriously, the horse and rider thrown into the sea.